What's good, YouTube? It's Garrett and Lincoln from RUNAMUCK MMA, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming at you with some MMA news that we thought was very pleasant and wanted to share and talk about. So let's discuss
Let's get it.
real quick. Oh my God. Real quick, before we start the video, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. We are almost at 60 subs, and if we get to the big 6-0, we are going to do something special for you guys. And yeah, stay tuned for the rest of the video, and stay tuned again at the end of the video where we talk about it some more. Let's get right into it. So, Lincoln, Fabricio Werdum, big ticket guy, one of the UFC greats, one of the great heavyweights of all time, signs with PFL, the Professional Fighters League, and will join their 2021 season, obviously in the heavyweight division, which is going to be starting in April. So this is a big deal for Fabricio Werdum. I believe Fabricio Werdum finished his contract with the UFC back in July with that submission win over Alexander Gustafsson. We talked about that on ESPN 14 whenever that happened. God, I'd have to find that. I'd have to find what that was. But I will leave a link in the description for that if you guys want to talk about that.
Good old armbar.
Yeah, so I'll have that. Yeah, so after that win, Werdum, as it says right here, called for a rematch with Fedor Emelianenko, which was kind of weird. You know, which he did that 10 years ago. So it's kind of interesting he wanted a rematch now, especially considering he beat him. But I guess he was just looking for a big money fight and knew he wasn't going to be getting one anytime soon in the UFC, especially after ending his contract.
Whoa. I just read ahead on this article. Somebody called him the Tom Brady of MMA.
Okay,
Who the fuck is this guy?
Wait. That's
Who
what I was.
That's this guy.
That's literally what the next article I was going to talk about was that. So hold on. Okay, so obviously the Emelianenko fight never happened because Emelianenko's Bellator, and it never materialized. So that's why he signed with the PFL, and that's why PFL CEO Peter Murray said, I am excited to announce Fabricio Werdum, the Tom Brady of MMA, has signed with the Professional Fighters League.
How are you going to disrespect Mighty Mouse like that?
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. So this is the article that actually does talk about the PFL being so fucking ecstatic, jumping out of their pants, shitting themselves because they signed one of the greatest UFC fighters out there. Well, once, you know, Fabricio's in like the top 5 potentially for UFC.
That's like whenever they signed Sean O'Connell and we're just like, Sean O'Connell, the Tom Brady of MMA.
Well, I was actually going to say here, like, hold on, let me see here. What the fuck is that guy's name? Oh yeah. It kind of reminds me of when Ryan Bader, I believe, joined PFL.
Went to Bellator.
Was it Bellator? I thought he went to.
Yeah, he's the double champ in Bellator right now.
I knew he was a Bellator champ. I could have sworn.
I think you're thinking of Sean O'Connell.
You're probably right.
Sean O'Connell's the guy who does the funny entrances.
Yeah. Anyway, forget about that. I'm getting my shit mixed up.
I think Ryan. I think I'm mixed up when I was making the joke about Sean O'Connell. He looks just like him.
I think I was thinking about how Ryan Bader was in a Bellator Grand Prix or something, and it kind of reminded me of the season format.
Well, Sean O'Connell was a UFC fighter who just couldn't make the cut, won a few, lost a few, and then went over and won the PFL championship in heavyweight. Yeah. And now he's one of the commentators over there. And he looks kind of like Ryan Bader, just a little bit more chunky. But I just don't know how they're calling love handles over there the Tom Brady of UFC. Well, I just don't get it.
I mean, okay, first of all, this is
a great heavyweight champ.
Okay, so from the person who wrote this article, Simon Samano of MMA Junkies, the Blue Corner, actually says that, what was this? What did he say? He tried to rationalize it.
Let's run this right here. But I think more, of course, that this PFL should be doing. I get it. Werdum and Brady are both 43 years old, born 4 days apart, but still competing at a high level. There's some kind of parallel there. Exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, like there's a little bit of a connection. Plus, when you
I've never seen Werdum throw a touchdown, so I don't get it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that's the biggest comparison here. Werdum has not done anything of the equivalent of winning, what was it, 4 or 6 Super Bowls?
Something like that.
Yeah. It says right here somewhere. What the fuck? The equivalent of winning 6 Super Bowl championships. He has not. However, Werdum has done some crazy stuff. He did wear UFC gold. He did have 2 submission victories over 2 people.
Werdum.
Yeah, he beat
Fedor.
He beat Fedor. He was the first guy to break Fedor Emelianenko's streak with a submission victory. He beat Cain Velasquez with a submission, who many people still consider the GOAT heavyweight, who's in the discussion for GOAT heavyweight. Dan Hardy even considers Cain Velasquez potentially the UFC heavyweight GOAT. So Fedor has definitely done some things to warrant that, but I think what it all just kind of comes down to is the PFL.
They're just trying to puff him up.
Yeah, they're really excited because they just signed a huge UFC star, and because Fabricio still has that name recognition. PFL just signed him, and so they're gonna promote the shit out of it.
I think he might win the tournament.
All he has to do is win 5 times.
Yeah, all he got to do is get his little love handles on that check at the end of it.
Yeah, and I think that's why. That's a big part.
He just needs 5 subs. What are we talking about?
Yeah. I think that's another reason why Werdum signed with PFL is because the season format.
Yeah, it's a quick way to make $1 million.
Exactly, the $1 million check you get for winning. I mean,
that's more money
he can't make potentially make.
Yeah, you can't make those numbers anymore, so might as well. It's the same reason Sean O'Connell.
Yeah,
Sean O'Connell went over there, was making shit money in UFC, went over there, made $1 million, and then guess what? Commentating team the next year. Yeah. Let's go, babe.
Yeah. I mean, if you were to fight for 3 years in the UFC as someone like Fabricio Werdum, you probably would not have made $1 million.
No, you make half of it, maybe.
No,
maybe.
Robbie Lawler, first this comes to my head, but Robbie Lawler was UFC champion, fought Rory McDonald or Carlos Condit, I think, whichever one it was, and only made like $180,000.
Yeah,
or 150 or something like that. I think it was 180.
Kamaru Usman made $300,000 on his last fight against George.
Yeah,
just $300K.
I mean, that's good money for one fight. But
then
but it's like it fluctuates.
All the damage. Yeah. All the damage you're taking, all the risk you're taking, all the time you're taking away from your family. Does it all count up? Yeah. Should we even be paying them this much? I don't know. It's all money. It's not real.
Yeah, but in 5 fights in the PFL, you can score $1 million, which is more than any typical fighter on any other card could say in a five fight run that they
especially in the short amount of time that the tournament takes place.
Yeah, between April and I want to say
January. It ends on New Year's.
The championships in January, right?
Yeah,
that's when it goes to.
That's when it ends. It ends on January 1st. Like on New Year's is when they have the fights.
Right. So yeah,
that card's the crazy. That's the best part about the last PFL card is it's just all championship fights.
Yeah,
like every single one of them is for gold.
And here's what's great is it starts on Tuesday nights, which means the Contender Series is going to be done this week, unfortunately, and PFL is going to start in 2021 in April. So there's only going to be like a 5-month stint between now and then. And we're going to have something great to cover. We're going to cover that PFL season, bro.
Yes, we are.
So that's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome.
I watched last season. I watched every single episode. I just didn't talk about it much because I didn't know anybody else who was watching it.
Well, guess what? I'm going to fucking watch this one.
All right, then. We're going to talk about it. I love the PFL.
Yeah. So that's that.
Probably known as the World Series of Fighting.
Here's the thing that I think fucks me over the most about this. Look at this fucking poster. MMA heavyweight GOAT.
I don't see Stipe on that poster.
That's what I'm saying, man. Even if we're just talking about straight up, no, even if we were just talking about straight up modern shit, and we were talking about Stipe or fucking DC, or fucking any other motherfucking heavyweight right now.
I'd even accept putting Brock up there at this point. No, I wouldn't. I'm a liar.
I was like, dude, don't hurt me now. Don't hurt yourself. That sucks.
Put Shane Carwin up there. Put Frank Mir.
What about Ryan Bader? I know he just lost, but like, fuck.
Dude, he's been a champ over at Bellator for a minute.
So it's like, It's just again, it pisses me off. But again, it just comes down to they're really trying to promote this. They're
trying to promote themselves. They aren't getting nearly as much views as Bellator or UFC, so they're trying to survive.
Yeah, or fuck, even like fucking one, you know? And I'm trying to get into the one championship. Do you know how hard it is to fucking watch a one championship fight?
It's really hard, dude. I know. The kickboxing fights at one are better than the MMA fights sometimes.
Fuck me.
I don't know what it is. I think it's the lighting or something with those fights. It's just not as appealing. It's like they're in a completely. It's like they're fighting in a black hole.
Because it's a completely black cage, black canvas.
Yeah, it just feels like they're fighting in like the absence of everything.
But again, this is not about us to debate whether or not Fabricio Werdum should be considered heavyweight GOAT.
He's not.
I think everyone is pretty well aware Fabricio Werdum is not the heavyweight GOAT, but the
Casuals.
PFL, yeah. But the PFL is really trying hard in a way to just kind of soak up viewership. Something. They're trying to soak up casuals to an extent, and they're just trying to get people to watch. And it worked. I'm watching the PFL, but considering that we just kind of really started RUNAMUCK MMA in 2020, and there hasn't.
We've only covered UFC much.
We've only covered UFC much. Contender Series. We're trying to branch out as the channel builds and gets better. So we'll be able to eventually branch out
everything.
Yeah,
we're gonna have interns covering Bellator, and we're gonna have interns covering PFL, and it's just gonna be you and me, baby. We're gonna be on top of this castle of people working for us. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna look back at this video in a few years, and you go, Lincoln was right. Well, really anyway, so like, comment, subscribe.
Anyway, yeah, so we'll talk about all that stuff another time. But now that we are at the end of the video, once again, first of all, comment down below. Let us know what you guys think. How well is Fabricio Werdum going to do at 43 years old in the heavyweight division of PFL? Is he going to go the distance, or is he going to end up, coming short? Let us know what you guys think. And also, now that we're at the end of the video, go ahead and make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed, it takes absolutely nothing away from you or us to subscribe. It doesn't hurt you. And if you want, if you don't end up liking our content later down the line, you can always unsubscribe. All we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen, is that big 6-0.
And if you don't like us, comment below so that I could rip your asshole open.
Anyway, so I think that's going to do it, guys. Make sure you choke slam the shit out of the like button. And
dude, make that thing. Make that like button look like Brock Lesnar after Cain Velasquez. That's what I want you to do today, guys.
There it is. So, yeah, that's going to do it, you guys. So we'll see you guys later.
See ya.